It was Christmas Eve, and Emma Parker had never felt more alone. She sat at a small corner table of the candlelit cafe, fingers nervously tracing the rim of her cup. This was supposed to be her fresh start, her first blind date after a painful breakup. She had even worn her mother's red scarf for luck. But luck, it seemed, wasn't coming. Her date walked in, took one look at her, and within seconds said the words that pierced deeper than winter air. "Sorry, you're not really what I pictured. I'm gonna go." No explanation. No apology. Just gone. Emma forced a smile as he walked out, pretending it didn't sting. But when the door closed behind him, her smile collapsed. The waiter noticed, other customers noticed, but no one said anything. And that's when the narrator softly says, "And this story reminds us that kindness still matters." Because the very next moment, a tiny voice broke through her silence. The little girl, maybe 6 years old, walked toward Emma with big brown eyes and a stuffed reindeer tucked under her arm. Excuse me," she whispered. "Can we join you?" Behind her stood a tired-looking single father, clearly embarrassed. "I'm so sorry," he said quickly. "She saw you sitting alone and thought you looked sad. I told her we shouldn't bother you." But Emma wiped her eyes and offered a warm, surprised smile. "No, I'd love some company." The father hesitated, then sat. The girl slid into the seat beside Emma and placed her stuffed reindeer on the table. "I'm Lily," she said proudly. "This is Reindeer. He says you need a friend today." Emma laughed, the first real laugh she'd had in weeks. They talked about Christmas wishes, favorite movies, and why Lily thought hot cocoa tasted better when shared. The cafe felt warmer now, less like a place of rejection and more like a place of beginning. Then came the twist Emma never expected. Halfway through the conversation, Lily's father leaned in and said quietly, "Thank you for being kind to her. This is our first Christmas without her mom. Lily's been trying so hard to make people smile, the way her mom used to." Emma felt her heart tighten. Her own mother had passed years ago, on Christmas Eve. She knew that ache, that emptiness, that desperate search for something that felt like home again. Maybe this moment wasn't an accident. Emma reached for Lily's hand and said, "Your mom would be proud of you. You made my night better than you know." Lily beamed. Her father looked down, blinking back emotion. And as the snow began to fall outside the cafe windows, Emma realized something. Her date rejecting her wasn't the end of the night. It was the beginning of something much more meaningful. They spent hours talking, laughing, healing in ways none of them expected. When it was time to leave, Lily hugged her tightly. "You weren't alone," she whispered. "You just didn't find us yet." The father smiled shyly. "Maybe we could all meet here again next week? Not a blind date. Just good people sharing time." Emma nodded, feeling a warmth she hadn't felt in years. "I'd like that." And as she walked home under the Christmas lights, Emma finally understood the quiet magic of the night. Sometimes the people we're meant to meet aren't the ones we expect. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness, from the smallest person, can turn heartbreak into hope. Because even on the coldest nights, kindness still matters, and it can change everything.